All right. Rathna is our presenter today. She is the newest member of our education committee. She is a marketing badass. She is an author. She is just a wonderful human being. And round of applause,
Thank you so much,
Rathna.
Jennifer. Thank you, everybody, for taking time from your busy day to hang out with me. I'm excited to present. So this is my first time presenting with Nari. So I'm going to share my screen here, and please let me know if you're able to see my slides here in just a second. Um, Zoom, share screen. All right, so we're going to specifically, you're seeing my slide, okay. We're going to specifically talk about how we can use ChatGPT for the remodeling industry, how we can leverage AI for remodeling contractors and remodeling companies. So I'm going to share my screen. It's a pretty small group, so feel free to stop me if you have specific questions. So this is what I'm going to speak about today, which is what is and what isn't ChatGPT, how to use it. We're going to try it out. I'm going to walk you through how you can use it in your business. And I want to speak to you about what I call the 5 Ps of the perfect prompt and how to use it today to put money in the bank instantly. All right, so let's dig in. Why did the robot go on a diet? Anybody know? Well, because it had too many bites. I love starting my sessions with a quick, question and answer, which I hopefully makes you laugh. And so you can use ChatGPT to go and write AI jokes, dad jokes, mom jokes. So if you have a little witty kid, I have a 14-year-old who's always coming up with mom jokes. So now with ChatGPT, I'm always like, okay, give me a good joke, right? So that's one of the fun things that you can use AI for today. All right, a little bit about me before I dig in why you should listen to me. I have been an entrepreneur for close to 15 years. 15 years ago, I started my children's education business right here in Palo Alto, which is called Brain Mind. And it was just, I didn't want to go have another corporate job. I have a master's in biology. I used to work in the biotech industry. And I said, I have 2 boys. I'm just going to, start a business. And I was playing with Lego with them all the time. So I started a Lego summer camp. If you are a parent or if you're familiar with the summer camp business, it's a dog eat dog world in the Bay Area. Everybody has a brand new summer camp idea. There's the big dogs like Camp Galileo, Steve and Kate. And I don't know, I was just bitten by the kid bug and I said, I'm going to start a children's education camp. And so it's Lego, robotics, and financial literacy. I still own this business. I still operate it. It was bumpy through the pandemic because kids didn't get vaccines for a while, so we couldn't congregate with the children. But the reason why I like to share this story is I was like just every other entrepreneur. I was a mom that woke up and said I didn't want to have a job. I went and I pulled a Wix website. My first website was a one-page Wix website. And I said, okay, now what? How are people going to find these grand ideas that I have? How are parents going to find these programs and get to me? And that's what got me down the path of digital marketing. So I have run dollar a day Facebook ads. I've done every kind of Google ads. And we're talking about 2013, 2014, where digital marketing was far simpler. Today everybody is on Facebook. There I grew entire markets like Fremont, Walnut Creek, all of those cities by just running Facebook ads. And the interesting thing is just by focusing on digital marketing, just by making my website best friends with the Google algorithm, I hit $1 million in revenue by year 3 of being in business with this children's education business. The thing that's really mind-boggling when I look back is that summer camps are only 12 weeks long. And I was able to hit $1 million in revenue by year 3 because I completely subscribed to digital marketing and I completely believed in the power of digital marketing that I got to $1 million. But through the process of growing this, I used to go to a Women's Networking Alliance, the Better Business Bureau, all kinds of little networking things, because guess what? As we all know, the life of an entrepreneur is lonely. I was like, okay, now what? Like, I have these ideas, like things are going well, but I want to meet other intelligent business owners. So when I went to these different sessions and I met people, and they said, hey, how are you successful? Because you'd introduce yourself, I tell my story, and people were can you do this for me? And I went and I did the same thing for everybody that was there. I wasn't charging money. They were just my friends and I just did it. And guess what? My strategy worked. No matter whether they were a yoga studio or a HVAC contractor or a remodeler, it didn't matter. If you knew how to do digital marketing right, it worked. What I soon realized was uh, Google is very powerful when it comes to digital marketing. And so you have to be best friends, or your business has to be best friends with the Google algorithm. And so I became a Grow with Google partner. Grow with Google is a small business program which is headquartered here in Mountain View, California. It's an application process, it's a tedious process, but I'm a Grow with Google partner, and it basically enables me to help any business owner whose Google business profile or your online presence is not looking right, or you have reviews that are disappearing. I have a direct into the Grow with Google team in Mountain View where I'm able to help my remodeling contractors. And so the first thing I did was I became a Grow with Google partner. And so if you ask me what my strengths are when it comes to digital marketing, it's PPC, Grow with Google, local services ads, right? So, and really, if you can get your business to become best friends with the Google algorithm and run really good Google ads, you will have a money printing machine, right? It takes time. You have to do it well. You will have a money printing machine. So through the process of helping several business owners, I had tremendous success with the remodeling contractor by just using my philosophies and principles. And so I decided that I was going to start a digital marketing agency because I know what it takes to run a business on the ground with Lego and kids and angry moms and happy moms and kids with allergies and supplies, that I want to have this online lifestyle. So I said, let me take my skills and let me help remodelers. Why did I choose remodelers? The way a parent searches for a summer camp, high quality summer camp program that is within 15 to 20 miles of where I live, because moms, we don't want to drive too far, is just the same way a homeowner says, let me help me find an excellent remodeler with amazing 5-star reviews that is in my neighborhood, that is popular. And so when I looked at all of the different businesses that I helped, remodeling was so close to summer camps because of how the search function works in Google and my theories work. So I'm a member of the National Association of Remodelers. I'm a member of the National Kitchen and Bathroom Association. And I'm very vested in the remodeling industry because I love working with remodelers, right? Fun people, intelligent, bright, get numbers. And the industry is so beautiful, and you change people's lives and spaces. And that really speaks to my heart. So with my agency, Remodeler Digital, I'm on a mission to help 100 remodeling contractors unbox the true potential of your business using data. And I'm crazy about data. If you give me $1, I will tell you exactly how many dollars I'm going to give you back. If you give me $1, I will be able to share with you what your return on ad spend is. So through the process of building this education business and now this digital marketing agency, I have come up with what I call a digital dominance strategy. Anybody that wants to generate leads online can generate leads today, provided you have a strategy in place and you know the 3 to 5 things that will work well for you. Google Ads will only work in the Bay Area if you're willing to spend $6,000 to $7,000 paid directly to Google. Facebook ads works really well in most markets in the Bay Area. So you need to find the things that work in your market, in your neighborhoods. Do you have to do all these things that you're seeing on the slide? No. In the heart of it is your remodeling company. The foundation is your online presence. You need to have a good domain. You need to have a beautiful website. And remodeling is a visual business, a good website, good SEO. Then make sure your website is best friends with the Google algorithm. Then you can think about PPC, Facebook ads, right? Most people don't do 1 and 2 right. Pull a simple Wix website, go put money into ads and wonder why you're not getting results, right? There's a sequence to doing things. Then you want to start collecting reviews. Once you have, good velocity with the number of clients that you have, you can think about social media and email marketing. Then you can have a referral program. You can do print, right? So this is it. Anybody that wants to digitally find leads online can, if you go through these 6 steps. Why is it a circle? Because digital marketing is not something where you say, okay, I'm in the mood for it in 2025. I'm going to try it for the first 90 days, and then I'm going to see where it goes. It only works if you commit to it for a long term. It's going to increase the value of your brand. I'm trying to exit my education business. My brand is worth a lot now because of the work that I've done with its online presence. I have 75 reviews on Google Business Profile, right? All of that adds value to your brand. And so it's important that you find those 2 to 3 things. Should you be posting on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube? Well, yeah, it would be great if you had the time and the energy to do it. At least pick 2 portals. Remodeling is a visual business. Have an Instagram profile, show off your beautiful kitchens and bathrooms. It's going to pay off over time if you do that, right? So the digital dominance strategy works no matter what niche you're in, what kind of business you're in. If you find those 2 to 3 things, put the money in where it belongs, you are going to hit those $1 million or double your revenue or whatever your goals are. All right, so let's dig in. What is and what isn't ChatGPT? How many of you have used ChatGPT? Do you want to just comment? I'm sure everybody's played around with it. First of all, please don't be afraid of AI. AI is just amazing. It's simplifying our lives if used properly. It cannot replace the human brain. The human brain is such a fascinating organ that without the human brain, without your brilliant prompts, and I'm going to teach you how to prompt it intelligently, it is not worth anything. So it's a tool. You have to be skilled at using the tool for it to work well. But here's the thing, it's an editor. It's not an author. It can write a book for you, but you have to tell it what to write, what the topic is, what you want the voice to be, what you want the tone to be. It'll take what you give it, you, the human brain, the author, and then it'll edit it. So this is the number one thing that you need to remember, that it's an editor, it's not an author. The really fun thing, which the human brain kind of struggles with, is that it remembers previous responses and prompts for eternity, right? That is the beauty of it, that it's just going to remember those previous responses and prompts. And in a business, it really helps with employee bandwidth. I'm going to walk you through all the things that you can use it for. So how do you use it? If you've never used it, just go to openai.com, log in, create an account, use an email address, go to the URL chat.openai, and you're live, right? And if you're so inclined, you can get the GPT Plus. It's the 4.0 version now, which is really great for, you can do research, you can do deep research, you can have it write articles, you can, there's like different versions of it that you can put to good use for you. And I don't think the price is going to stay at $20 for a long time. So if this is something that you're interested in really putting to use for your business, I recommend just going and subscribing to it, because it's a very small investment and it completely pays off. Why? Because you have access during peak times. If you play with the free one, you'll see how it'll just be stalling for a bit. It'll be thinking. The GPT will be sitting there and thinking. You have faster response times. They're constantly updating it. And so it's just, it's worth it if you're interested in using AI to invest $20 a month. So let's try it out, right? So when you log in, if you've never logged in, this is how it's going to look. This is your prompt window. You're just going to be able to go and type whatever you want, and it's going to give you those results. It's going to start creating new chats. If you have team members and you have just one subscription, it's super simple. You can create projects in here. You can name the chat with your initials, which is what my team does. So when we go in, we know whose chat it belongs to. And then you can go back in and you can prompt the same chat. So if you have multiple clients, you can have a thread or a chat per client. So organization in here is like really cool once you get the hang of it. So the basics, I just gave it a little prompt and I said, create a list of 5 YouTube video titles that would attract homeowners who are interested in a remodeling project, right? So I prompted it, and this is how the answer will look. Home renovation 101. If creating YouTube videos is one of your goals, or video content, which it should be in 2025, because people want to see your work, right? Transform your space on a budget. Top 10 inspiring home remodels before and afters. It's given me those 5 ideas. Okay. Now I said, for each title, write 3 bullet lists of suggestions that homeowners should consider to get the results promised in the title. Home renovation 101, budgeting and planning, do it yourself versus hiring professionals, maximizing value. You see how you can take one query and keep building on it by asking more and more questions. And the more specific you are, if you're not specific, it is so ambitious, it'll just start writing these humongous essays. So you got to contain it and you got to say, give me 3 bullet lists, right? And so there it is. It's giving you those answers. I took the second title and I said, top 10 inspiring home remodeling ideas. So maybe when I built the slideshow, there is a time lag. It is not able to look at data on the World Wide Web all the way through 2025. So it can only go back, I think, through January 2024 right now. So there's a time lag in the data, but still it's phenomenal data that you can take and use. So that's why sometimes this date may not make sense. But the content will still make sense. So top 10 inspiring home remodeling ideas, research and inspiration, browse magazines, hire the right professionals, trends versus timelessness. So if you're not camera shy, you can just have it write you a video script and you can just stand there and read it. And there you go. You have your video ready to publish on YouTube. Do-it-yourself home makeover. If you're a really well-established remodeling contractor, you can say, why should you not do it yourself, right? Because do you have the skills? This is something that's serious business. You don't want a crooked island and grout that looks ugly. So these are the reasons why you should not be doing your do-it-yourself, right? So you can take this and you can flip it to your own benefit. Again, give me 3 bullet points, before and after, home renovation. So you get the idea, right? What you prompted, it's going to spit out for you. Expert tips for choosing the right contractor for your home remodel, right? Ask for recommendations, check online reviews. You can ask it, how can I improve my online presence? What can I do? One of my favorite things to do is I like to put my P&L in there and say, where am I bleeding money? Like, hey, GPT, look at it and show me where my opportunities are in terms of how I can save some costs, right? So anything you ask it, as long as it's concise, it's going to work. Now I said for the third video title, write an email marketing marketing it to my newsletter subscribers. So it gave me video ideas. It described the video ideas. Now I said, I really like the video idea. I'm going to write a newsletter. So it's going to write the newsletter, watch it, here's a sneak peek. And all of this, what you can do is when you set up your GPT, you can say, hey, this is New Key Construction based in Walnut Creek, California. This is our website. My name is Reggie. I'm the owner of the business. And once you give it all of that, it's not going to have your name, your company. It's actually going to write the exact words, the exact names that you want to use. And this is where you're able to take it and give it off to an admin for any kind of content creation. And over time, like I have a GPT that sounds like me now. It thinks and speaks like me. And that's what happens when you stick to that chat, you prompt it and you reprompt it over and over again. So this is my favorite piece when it comes to ChatGPT, is to know about the 5 Ps, what I call the 5 Ps of the perfect prompt. The 5 Ps are persona, preparation, panache, prompt, and post prompts. So if you just go and ask it a question, you're going to get kind of a good answer, a reasonable answer, because it's of course able to look at tons of data and give it to you. Instead, as a remodeler, if you really want it to work for you, you have to give it a persona. You have to say, I'm a Silicon Valley based remodeler. I'm based in Santa Clara, California, and I serve a 25 to 30 mile radius. Our specialization is in kitchen and bathroom remodels, minimum budget of $40,000 up to $100,000. We've been in business for 20 years. We do not have any subcontractors. We have a completely in-house team. And here are some examples of some beautiful spaces that we've created. You can upload content and stuff. That's your persona, right? You can have a thread or a chat for your business. You can come and introduce yourself. I am the general contractor of XYZ Remodeling based in Santa Clara, California. This is who I am. I am a mom, if you want to add that personal touch. And this is why I do what I do. This is what I love. I am, tell it your story, right? So you can have chat threads, but the chat thread should be primed with the persona. If you just simply come and ask it for ideas, it's not going to know what to do. Once you give it a persona, it's going to know, okay, I know you, remodeler. I know what you're trying to do, and it's going to remember it forever, right? That's the beauty of it. So persona is basically your and your audience. You can also tell it, hey, I serve homeowners who are in this neighborhood, 94536, 94303, like the zip codes, and average median income is $250,000, young couple, 2 kids and a dog, right? Your persona, your audience persona. The more and more you refine it. So let's say you write it one time, gives you content, you're not happy with it, you don't even have to go back to the top of that chat and reprompt it. You can just say, hey, this is your persona going forward, you're going to use it, right? It's going to always remember its persona. So the more descriptive you are about who you are and why you do what you do, why you love what you do, and who you serve, it is going to remember your persona. The next is the preparation. Are you creating content for YouTube? Are you creating a HR document? Are you doing a financial analysis? Given 90 days, are you creating a project plan? Given a set of 15 subcontractors and a timeline, you wanted to put it together in a calendar, put it together in a table, right? So you have to give it context and specific knowledge. But guess what? It already knows who you are, who you serve, what you're trying to do, because you've told it its persona. Now you're preparing it for that specific prompt, right? Whatever specific task you're trying to solve for. The third thing is my favorite, which is a panache. Just like anything else in life, you can use a style. You can say, act as a world-class marketer, act as your favorite author, act as Jerry Seinfeld, comedian, right? It will take the voice. If you have a favorite historian, you have a favorite children's book, anything, right? So you can change how your content comes out by telling the GPT to take a panache. Come on, have a style, have some fun, right? Be funny. Maybe you don't need to name a person. You just say, be professional, yet funny, or be professional, keep it short, be professional, or be kind, be smart. Anything you can prompt it, but you can give it a panache. This panache can either be for that specific chat, or it can be the panache of your entire company, where you say, we are a super fun remodeler, very, right on target. If we give you a timeline, we are going to finish our work on time, right? And so you can describe that. That is your style. That's how you always wanted to, toot your horn of your special characteristics. So it's fun. If you've never thought about like using a marketer or an author, it's super fun to like sit there and read content that sounds like somebody else, which is really hard for us to write with our regular brains. So get into the habit of using a panache, right? And just say you're a world-class writer, or if you have a favorite writer, it will remember. So give it a panache. And then comes the prompt, the specific query. What are you trying to solve for? What topic, what question, what subject matter? Be as specific as possible. And once it gives you the content, don't be complacent and say, yeah, that's fine, because the magic happens when you post prompt it. And this is one thing that I keep telling my team. Don't just be content with the prompt, post prompt it and say, hey, what you generated, I really like, but this is exactly what I'm looking for. So the way you want to talk to your GPT is as though you're talking to a friend. Hey, friend, let's go to a movie. Let's eat popcorn. Like, look at the details, right? Let's maybe get a drink before, and then what movie are we going to watch? Just like that, it has to be a methodical, steady conversation. And then, okay, Wednesday evening, 7 p.m., confirm, let's go, let's write. The clarity and specificity. So just like that, you are not putting GPT to its full power if you don't post prompt it. How many times can you post prompt it? Infinite, a gazillion times. The more times you ask it till you get the kind of clarity you want, it is just going to sit there and give you those answers. Should you just copy and paste what it gives you? Very dangerous, right? Today, I have done so much chat GPT and AI stuff. When I read something, I know if it's AI generated or if it's human generated. This is where you need to have an in-house practice where you say, let's go, let's quickly take it, let's personalize it, and then send it off. So these are the 5 P's. A persona, you want to prepare it, You want to have a panache for the fun of it. You want to prompt it, and then you want to post prompt it. So let's say one more example. What are 20 things that a homeowner who's worried about their remodeling project being up to their expectations might lay awake at night having anxiety about, right? These are all your selling points. Budget overruns, contractor reliability, quality of work, design choices. You can take these, each of these can become a blog. You can take this, each of this can become a video, right? You can literally write a book about how you are not one of those contractors that is going to give anxiety to a homeowner, right? Now, what you can do is here's the post prompt. You say, rewrite the above, but make it more emotional. Talk about things this person wouldn't likely admit publicly: financial fear, trust issues, doubts in the dark, design nightmares, regulation riddles, hidden horrors, right? Disruption, despair. Just it's going to tell you like all the things that you've probably not even thought about that homeowners are likely to think about. There are people that want a green bill, eco anxiety. I like that word, right? So now what I did was I took 20 things that a homeowner is likely to worry about, and then now I post prompted it and I said, make it more emotional. Tell me like what your deepest fears about working with a remodeler. Now I said, okay, thank you, GPT, turn this into a Facebook ad for remodeling businesses that guarantees to help with these worries and concerns that homeowners have thought their remodeling projects are likely to be, right? So it's going to just write an ad for you. You can take, you say, hey, unlock your home with our remodeling experts. Why choose us? We are the best. You'll have design bliss, no more hidden surprises, timely delivery, right? You see how easy it is to take the prompt and then keep prompting it to get whatever results you want. Now you say, hey, people on Facebook have short attention spans. Can you just rewrite it? Be just as impactful, but shorter, with bullet points and more white spaces. Now what you're doing, you're prompting it not for content, you're prompting it for how it writes in terms of design and, space, white space, whatever you tell it, it's going to do for you. Can you add in more emojis? Sometimes you're just like emojis. So you're like, can you add more emojis? It'll happily give you emojis. Sometimes it's then you have to say, don't get so emoji happy. Please scale back on emojis. So this is it. Once you master these 5 Ps and you always get into the habit when you come in to use the chat GPT is who am I? Who am I serving? What am I using this for, the specific knowledge? What style do I want it to write, right? This is where you can say, you can have it start sounding like you. You can have somebody start writing your emails because it's going to start taking your voice. And never be complacent with just one prompt. The more you post prompt it, the more valuable the content will be, the more usable the content will be. So how can you use ChatGPT in a contractor's business? There's many, many, many use cases. And I think there are some industries that are probably going to just be gone because ChatGPT is like coding, hardcore coding, right? It can code, it can find the bug. There are some professions that are just going to go out of business. And remodeling is one of those where GPT cannot do it. GPT cannot do the grout, cannot do the tile, cannot do the measurement, cannot make sure that the walls are 90 degrees, right? And so this is where if you put AI to work for you with the amazing niche or the amazing industry that you're in, it's going to be a win-win. So these are some of the things that you could potentially use it for. Social media posts, email correspondence, email marketing, video scripts, human resources. Human resources is such a big piece of any company that you need to have offer letters and onboarding processes, right? You can literally create employee handbooks using ChatGPT. So here's an example of Instagram post. I'm a remodeling business owner, owning Remodeling Inc. Give me some Instagram post ideas, right? You just grab a photo, write a caption, it'll even write the caption. So you can use it for simple things like social media. And then you can say for the first topic, write an Instagram post caption to my followers, including emojis, right? So Transformation Tuesday, and then it's going to describe it for you. It's going to find those best hashtags that you need to use. So today, creating and posting content is very simple with ChatGPT. So you just need to have a social media thread and just keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. It's going to start sounding like your brand, and it'll give you some really fun ideas for before and after. And anything that you ask it. Correspondence. So you're an empathetic employee of a remodeling business. We receive a complaint from a client. We need to craft an email response that showcases the following framework, right? You're using the 5 Ps. You're telling it, you're setting it up. Hear, empathize, apologize, resolve this client's complaint. The remodeling project is taking more time than expected. Have we all not been in this spot as remodelers, right? You can have it write an email. Here you go. Addressing your concerns, project timeline. Your client, I hope this email finds you well. I want to personally reach out and blah, blah, blah. So it's going to give it to you like this. It's going to hear, it's going to empathize, it's going to apologize, it's going to resolve. And then I would be happy to set up a meeting, right? Now you can say, I actually didn't go into the detail. Now you can say, I like the hear portion, not as much the empathize portion. I don't usually apologize that way, saying sincerest apologies, like, can you just make the apology more casual? I am very sorry, but I don't write like that. It's going to switch it up. It's going to give you this smart little email. If you have an admin, you can have a GPT trained for client communication. The admin can come and get you can say, hey, make it short. I want it to be only one paragraph. I want it to be 3 to 5 lines. I'd like it to be 2 paragraphs, where in the second paragraph, I want to invite the homeowner for a one-on-one meeting with me. And you can define what you want it to be. You can have policies in place for correspondence. It's going to save you so much time. Here's one more. We're a company dedicated to transforming and enhancing spaces. You received an email who wants to cancel their remodeling project. How would you respond with the ultimate goal of keeping the client and their project, right? Help me, GPT. I need to save this client. Here you go. I hope this email finds you well. Review of project timeline. And you got to sell yourself, right? It's hard in those moments when you're feeling down and you still need to communicate and you want to win the business. GPT will give you some ideas that you're not capable of thinking of, right? Let me assure you why you should be working with me. We guarantee client satisfaction. We have a 10-year manufacturer's warranty and 3-year labor warranty, whatever, right? If you fed all of that into your persona, it's going to remember all of that and pull it out, right? So email communication, correspondence, it really, really will save you a lot of time. And it will write very formally. This is where you need to have a panache and teach it. I don't say sincerely at the end of messages. That's just not my style, right? So once you teach it that, your emails are going to sound just like you. Email marketing. You're a world-class direct response copywriter and a remodeling business owner. This is the fun thing. You can be who you are and 5 other things. Who owns Remodeling Inc.? Please act as if you're a copywriter. Speak with brevity. You'll realize once you play with ChatGPT, very ambitious, very, very wordy, and very wise, right? So keep it brief, 200 words. The offer is $3,000 off fixtures for a complete kitchen remodel. Please write this email we're sending out to our database. Summer savings alert, $300 off your dream kitchen remodel, dear valued client. It details the entire offer that you can just put into an email and shoot it out to a database of clients that you have. Video scripts, if you want to make talking head videos, right, of you just saying, there are some contractors who are not camera shy at all. It's really beneficial if you're not camera shy and you want video scripts and ideas, and you just describe the project and you say, hey, the windows are arriving today. We're going to put the cross beams today. The plumbing inspection is happening today. Give me a video script. It'll just give you ideas. Grab your phone, no fancy equipment needed. Read the script. You know your profession, but it's going to give you some fun things to speak about. So it'll actually go into much detail. It'll say, be friendly, welcoming demeanor, have excitement in your tone of voice, transition to the main offer. Actually, some things that you probably will not think about, where it says smile warmly, right? So you'll get some ideas on how to make a really good video. And then you can say, okay, this is really nice. I got everything that I need to do, but I don't need it broken down like this. Take this and give me a concise video script that I can just quickly read. But guess what? Because you read this, you're going to remember that upon opening of your video, you should smile warmly, you should have excitement in your voice, you should talk about the offer, right? And then a closing and a call to action. It's going to break it down for you. Human resources. Again, one more piece where you're a director, you're telling the GPT you're a director in human resources compliance at a remodeling company in Palo Alto. You're writing an official document for our remodeling business. This document will be what new hires sign stating that they have read and understand our employee handbook. Please act as a lawyer and write the employee handbook agreement document. Lawyers charge by the hour. There are many lawyers that will take a document that you give them and legalize it for you, right? Is it a good idea to just rely on ChatGPT for legal help? No, but it's very good with giving you great ideas. So it's worth it for you to have HR start using ChatGPT. Employee handbook acknowledgement and agreement, what you asked for, receipt and review, understanding compliance, right? And if you actually prompt it and say, I am in the state of California, I want to be sure that I'm meeting the labor laws in the state of California, you have a labor code number that you wanted to adhere to, it knows everything, right? It can go and read and research IRS, labor laws, anything. Then you can take it and you can give it to a lawyer, make sure that it reads right, then figure out how you want your employees to use it. So the use case is just phenomenal. Project timelines, anything you think of, if you prompt it properly, it's going to give you those answers. This document will be what our team uses to follow up with open leads. Unconverted leads is the number one problem in the remodeling industry. So this is what I want my team to do with open leads. Provide a checklist with all the steps they must complete to follow up with open leads and book a project consultation with them. It's going to give you step by step. Want to know who the lead name is, what the source is, day one, what did you do, day two, what did you do, ongoing, how are you documenting, right? Because this will give you like this encyclopedia of what's happening to your leads when they come in. You can say, I want 5 steps. You can say you want 10 steps. You can say what's going to happen before the consultation, before the estimate appointment, what's going to happen on the estimate appointment, who is involved. You know your team structure, right? So you can have it create checklists, tables, anything that you dream up, it can do for you. How do we use it today to put money in the bank, right? So today what you can do is there are a ton of CRMs out there, right? CRMs basically stands for customer resource management. So if I meet many contractors who are just a good old spreadsheet kind of a thing, no harm in being that way, but you want to realize that in 2025, everybody has a phone on them. Everybody wants instant gratification. Everybody is looking at their phone for many, many hours. And so if you have a viable lead that really wants to do business with you, they come to your website, they find you, and then all that they can do today is leave a voicemail and move on. It's a Friday evening, and you're going to call them on a Monday or a Tuesday. Guess what? You're going to lose that lead. Today, we all know that in the Silicon Valley, if people need to do $70,000 to $100,000 remodels, they have to be gainfully employed. They are not waiting around for the remodeler to call them 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. because that's when the admin on the remodeling team that reaches out to the leads is working. So today you can be using automations that are tied to ChatGPT that can instantly give the lead the experience of talking to a human being, right? So here's an example that I want to walk you through. Um, so on the right side is a phone of a client, and on the left side is a screenshot of a CRM. You can use HubSpot. I use a tool called Go High Level. Go High Level is just an empty box. You can build anything inside it. We have built what is called a snapshot for remodeling contractors. And this is how you can today put GPT and technology to work for you to instantly convert those leads. So I'm going to play a little video here and walk you through it. So you can see how it'll tell you where the lead came from, attribution of the lead, the source of the lead. They came from a kitchen and bathroom ad, which is a Google Ads funnel, and the contact was created. As soon as the lead came into the CRM, it's going to collect. It's going to say, we've created this by integrating ChatGPT to what's called a workflow. And in here it says, thanks for completing a form on Google to let us know you're interested in our free vanity with a full bathroom remodel offer. Can you please let me know a bit more about the project so we can get the planning started? Right? Reply stop. Always you got to follow good application to person 10-digit long code rules. Right? There are rules when you text people. Always you have to give people an option to stop. Why is somebody going to stop? They saw an ad, they filled in the form, Instantly, there's a text message that comes to their phone. Okay. Now, the homeowner, the lead is replying saying, please give me a price for a medium bathroom remodel. Guess what? We are able to train it. Here you can see the message. We're able to train it by saying, our medium remodel is this many dollars, our small bathroom is this many dollars. This is all already pre-programmed in there. And now the GPT is thinking, it's looking it up, and it says our full bathroom remodel services range from $10,000 to $25,000. That's the medium bathroom remodel. And then the homeowner says, does this offer have any conditions that I should be aware of? And it's going to like grab that information. There you go. You see it's come into the CRM. The communication is happening. There is no human being. 5 p.m., 9 p.m., Saturday morning, 4 a.m., when there's a homeowner worried about a remodel, they want to like, they find your ad and they want to, get more information, the GPT will be working for you. The free vanity value is up to $1,500 per bathroom. You can put anything, right? I've just used a generic example. And now the homeowner says, okay, what is the timeline for completing? Like, look at all the questions the homeowner or the lead is asking, because these are the typical things that they want to know before they decide to do business with you. And if you have a system where you're removing a human being, I'm not saying you don't need your admin, you need your admin, but if you rely on technology today to instantly engage with a lead, you're going to have, we are seeing up to 3 to 5x conversions, faster conversions when we use technology. So the timeline for completing a full bathroom remodel can vary based on permits, but typically can take 4 to 6 weeks. All right, sounds good. The lead is sold, likes the offer, likes the timeline, likes the price, right? That's it. Okay, let's go. Okay, GPT, what are you going to do now? We've already taught the GPT what it needs to do next. It's going to go look up the contractor's calendar and say, the next step is a project consultation. Would you like to book now? Think about the power of enabling a lead to book an appointment on your calendar. This can be tied to your Google Calendar. You want to take Friday afternoon off? No problem. Block your Friday afternoon off. The lead is not going to be able to book on your Friday afternoon. Okay, sure. Lead is interested in booking. Awesome. What is your complete address? We need to know, right, where the contractor needs to go. Okay, homeowner is typing up the address. See how easy it is. On Monday morning, when you come in, you're going to have not a pile of leads, but booked estimate appointments on the general contractor's calendar or your project advisor's calendar or whatever your internal system is. That's how easy it is, right? Okay, awesome. You gave me the address. Now the GPT is like, okay, this is in Palo Alto. Let me find the dates and times. I have a few slots available, March 4th, would 9 a.m., 11 a.m., or 1 p.m. work for you, right? Yeah, well, they're able to look at their calendar. This is most powerful when a lead is able to choose the time that works for them for be it a phone call or an estimate appointment. There you go. Thank you. We'll confirm your appointment shortly. Now we have another workflow that I'm not sharing with you where it is communicating with the contractor and it's saying, hey, we have a new booked appointment. The address is 4000 Middlefield Road. It's a medium bathroom remodel. These are the questions that they asked. What do you think, contractor? Are you interested? If yes, push this link. Contractor pushes yes. We text the homeowner and say, hey, homeowner, your appointment is confirmed. We look forward to seeing you on March 4th at 1 p.m. Right? So the most booked appointments we are able to see from using this kind of automation is on Friday evenings, Saturday mornings, and Sunday afternoons. It's a very interesting statistic. We just track hundreds of leads that come in for my different clients. And why is this happening again and again, especially in California, North Carolina, Minnesota, Florida, anywhere where my contractors are, is because of the value of the projects that you do in remodeling. It is not like plumbing or HVAC where I have a sink and I just need to spend $200. This person wants to spend $20,000 to $30,000, which means they're gainfully employed Monday to Friday. They need that kitchen remodel. They need you. You empower them with picking time on your calendar, your home. Right? So even if you're not using any other technology, this here what we've done is we've taken a GPT, we've trained the GPT with the 5 P's of your brand, your persona, your offer, what you do, what is a medium value, what is a high value, and people are able to come in and book estimate appointments. So this is where there's opportunity for you to instantly book appointments. This is just one of the use cases. Today, we've also trained a voice bot, and the voice bot is able to book appointments. So when it calls the number, it'll say, "Hi, it's Cindy." And it'll say, "I'm a voice bot. Are you interested in speaking with me?" It's very simple to put this kind of technology to work. And as a thank you for attending today's session with me, feel free to grab your phones. We've put together a list of like the best GPT prompts for remodelers. Or when the recording comes in, I'd be happy to share this link with Tonya. And you can take that, you can put it into your GPT and say, "I like these," and you can have the GPT use it. Um, I'd love to send you a copy of my book. If you want me to like look at your online presence and see where your digital dominance lands, I'm happy to run a report and give it to you because we're all friends here. There's my email. If you want to reach out to me, that's how you can reach out to me. So that's all I have. I hope you found some value out of this. And I don't take it slightly when people take time from their busy schedules to hang out with me. So I'm very honored that you chose to spend your hour with me, and I hope you got value. I'm here. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer. But if you've never used ChatGPT, please do not be scared. Go play with it, and you're really going to enjoy it. And yes, I'm happy to share the presentation. I'm happy to share the prompts. If you want me to like come and edit prompts for you, I'm happy to do that. I'm having way too much fun with the AI stuff, so I hope you do too. And please think about not just using it for social media and content and letters and correspondence. Today, there's capability with technology to integrate the GPT to become the voice of your business, to book appointments, to deal with tough customers, to train a voice bot, right? That is the power of what we can do. And guess what? In the Silicon Valley, people love that kind of stuff. So if you're a Silicon Valley remodeler and you're still like, "Hi, thanks for calling New Key Construction, please leave a message," and then 3 days later, you're calling them back, you're losing that lead. And it's a $450 billion business, the remodeling industry. So, you can reach your revenue goals provided you're being smart about it and you have processes in place, right? And this sort of technology is a little bit complicated to initially build, but once you build it, once you train it, it just works seamlessly. There's only benefits. You're going to save a lot of time. Is it done that when somebody books an appointment and then you just show up, or you just pick up the phone and call them? No, you still need an admin to say, "Hey, thanks so much for booking an appointment on March 4th at 1 p.m. We're so excited you want to do business with us." Now what happens? The homeowner is like, "Okay, I got an appointment. I got a touch point." And then the project advisor or the contractor calls and says, "We're so excited. We're coming tomorrow." And the automation is texting them and saying, confirming 1 p.m., right? You know what my contractors tell me for whom we are deploying this? They're like, they never show up and have the homeowner in the shower or like 15 minutes away, I'm just driving over. It's now on their calendar. They chose a time that works for them. They know they are going to be available, right? And therefore, if you stick to their schedule and we confirm, we send a 24-hour reminder, 1 hour reminder, and say, contractor is right there, right? That is really powerful because everybody's busy, right? How can life is busy, just a fact of life. And so when you start respecting homeowners' time like that and you call them on the clock, your conversions are going to go up and people are going to perceive you as a person that will stick to your timelines. If you ask me as a homeowner, my number one fear in working with a remodeler is that when the remodeler says the remodel is going to take 2 months, it's going to take 8 months, right? But if you start a relationship like this where it's so easy for them to communicate with you, then you go in, you know how to do your business. You're the best salesperson. You make the most beautiful spaces. You go present yourself. And from there on, so one of the other things that we also do is post-project completion. We send them a thank you message. On the first year anniversary, I don't know if you've seen on Google Business Profiles, I have a contractor who has 400 reviews. How do you get to 400 reviews, right? Sometimes in remodeling, you don't need 400 projects. You'll be done hitting your revenue goals in 20 projects. How do you get 400 reviews? You have a workflow that just remembers the anniversary, and then you just text the homeowner and say, homeowner, how's your kitchen? You probably know the dog's name from just being in and out of that house. Put it into the workflow and say, we're thinking of you. Did you celebrate a birthday? How are things? What we are noticing when we send these anniversary messages is invariably the homeowner writes back and says, oh my God, love my kitchen. Thank you so much. This is so fun to receive a message from you. Thanks for thinking of me. But guess what? Like the faucet, there's something going on. What do? You send one of your guys over right away. They drink wine, take a bottle of wine, say, thank you, homeowner, for letting us know, fix the problem, shake their hands. Immediately, we follow up with one more review, doubled it, the same homeowner, built a beautiful kitchen, got a 5-star Google review. 1 year later, sent them an anniversary message. They had a little problem. You were superhero, went and fixed it. Is this humanly possible for you to remember when you finished a project? When is the anniversary hitting, right? We can just build out an anniversary workflow and call the client in on that anniversary date and send them out a message saying that I'm thinking about you. So the use cases are just phenomenal in terms of how you can put technology to work for you to make you look like a superhero, right? Because as remodelers, it is such a hard business. The variables, the margins, the gross margins, the net margins, right? That you don't have the time to keep adding more and more team members. So it's definitely worth it if you are interested in saying that. So I'm happy to answer questions. If not, like I said, very grateful for you hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys at the next monthly meeting. So thank you again.